So today's session here on the pod is about marketing. Marketing is super important. This is what brings people to your home.
Well, this is what we do, and this is, apart from being professional communicators, we have to be very good marketers. And you only have to have a look at, I think if you're a vendor choosing your agent, you should look at how does the agent market themselves first.
Yeah.
Because if they're terrible at that, how are they going to market your property? And do they have a team, a big enough team, admin support, to actually market it properly? Or they're just going to chuck a photographer in there and whack it on Trade Me and hope for the best, because you do see it a lot.
You didn't see it a lot.
So marketing, I've worked out in the time that I've been doing this, is say you stick an ad somewhere about something, you want to sell something, you stick an ad somewhere. A lot of people think you do that and then someone's going to call you, say, I saw your ad on the bus, I'm going to call you and you're going to sell my house. It's not necessarily that. It's about exposure. It's about being as many places as possible so that it's brand awareness, and it's about people just thinking, I want to buy that house.
Correct.
Because it's everywhere. I see it everywhere. And that's what we do better than anyone else.
Full market exposure.
Full market exposure.
Yeah.
And investing in that. Because if you underinvest in that, you're going to undersell the home. It's an insurance policy that you won't undersell the home by investing in it.
And 9 times out of 10, people are selling their biggest asset.
Mm-hmm. So your home's worth $1 million and you're not willing to spend any money in marketing. What the heck? We need to invest in it.
Yeah.
And we as Summit, we do invest money in our campaigns.
Yeah. Basically, our campaigns are funded proportionally between company and the vendor. Right.
Our campaign that we recommend is probably worth about $5,000.
Yeah. And
depending on the package, the vendor is putting in about half of that.
Yeah. So our standard package is around $2.5K vendor investment.
Yep.
Right. And then Summit is covering the rest of it. Right.
Correct.
So from our Team Delany campaign at Summit, what do people get for that amount?
What do you get?
What do you get?
The most important one, that is our point of difference, is the magazine.
Yeah. The Summit Weekly magazine, which now gets delivered to 40,000 houses each and every week. That is full market exposure in our local market. And by the way, on recycle paper.
Oh, yeah. You can recycle it. You can put it in your compost. It's great. The magazine goes to that many people from Haira right out to the bottom of Takaki Hill.
Yep.
So you know that everyone in this area is going to get the magazine in their letterbox. It's going to be sitting on cafe tables. Now, we can't promise you that the buyer is going to come from there. But what if they would come from there and you're not in the magazine and they were the ones willing to pay the most? I remember selling a home that the buyer that bought it didn't have a phone, didn't have the internet, didn't have an email, but he got the magazine in his mail. So we knew he was only going to buy a Summit house.
Yeah.
And I had an offer on that property, one offer, and on the last day of those offers, he turned up, said, I want to go through this home. He had his magazine in his hand.
Yeah.
We went through the home. So this is great. I want to buy it. I said, well, offers are due in an hour. So let's go make one. So we went and made an offer. His offer was $40,000 higher than the next buyer who saw it through Trade Me, say. You would have missed out on that buyer, hands down. So not every situation is like that, and we can't promise that the buyer's going to come from the mag, but you don't want to miss out on them because they could be competing with the buyer who is going to pay the most.
Yeah. You just want to have that full market exposure. You want to get every buyer to the property.
Yep.
And that's how you know you're going to have the best buyer.
And the magazine forces you to look at every property. So if you think about it, if you're an active buyer in the market and you're on Trade Me and you're looking for a property, you're going to be putting in search criteria. So I want to be in Stoke. I want 3 bedrooms. I want 2 bathrooms, and I'm in this price bracket.
Yep.
Fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely. And
everything else gets kicked out. So you've gone from 900 listings to 90 listings.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the perfect home, that's 9 out of 10 boxes, everything you wanted, but it's in Tahuna. It's just on the cusp of Stoke. You would actually live there, but technically it's a suburb of Tahuna. And you're not going to see it unless you pick up the magazine. And then we tell you, we sold this home. And you're like, I didn't know about that. Yes, because you're only looking on Trade Me.
Well, firmly believe that Summer Weekly is why we're the number one agency in town.
Yep.
Our market share is continuing to grow, and it's quite a market, and that's because we're forefront of mind. It comes out every week.
Yep.
Everyone sees the Summit magazine.
Yep.
Everyone waits for the Summit magazine, whether they're looking to buy a house or not. They want to read them, see what's happening.
Yep.
Right. So you get the passive buyers out there as well. It's just a great tool that we can offer our vendors. So if you're thinking of selling your home, why wouldn't you give us a call and get into the Summit Weekly? I just don't get it. Why you wouldn't do it.
So our campaign, we'll do 5 big ads.
Yeah, 5 ads.
Full page, bang at the start, half page, then 3/4 week after week.
Yep.
That's the unknown cost. So if we sell it quickly in the first week or two, we're not going to charge you for the weeks
3,
that you
4,
don't
5.
use.
Yeah, exactly. You pay for what you use. It's pretty straightforward.
So that's the magazine. Internet, obviously, very important tool.
Yeah.
And a lot of buyers come from the internet. We know that. Trade Me is very important. So gold package there so that you're at the top of any search.
And we've used different packages on Trade Me. We know that. That you just get more views going on a gold package. And everyone else now, all the other agencies are on the same deals with Trade Me. Trade Me's got everyone hooked in.
Yep.
All right. They're in control, unfortunately. So you've got to be on there. You've got to be on the gold package. That gives you the most exposure online. But we also back that up with other online sites, which is obviously realestate.co.nz, second biggest real estate site within New Zealand. All right. Obviously, it's quite big in Auckland.
Yep.
You think all the inquiries we get from Auckland people
Out of towners, yep.
generally comes off realestate.co, not actually Trade Me, which
Yep.
is actually quite interesting. Right. Apart from that, we go on the New Zealand Realtors website. A lot of people out there don't realise that Summit is actually part of the New Zealand Realtors network.
Yep, so that's our answer to the franchise system, isn't it?
Yeah. So we work closely with Barfoot and Thompson in Auckland. So Barfoot and Thompson, biggest real estate agency in the Southern Hemisphere. I think they've got 2,500 agents that work for them. Their market share in Auckland is about 44%, I believe. The way it works, people are selling in Auckland, moving to Nelson, those people get referred to us.
And only us.
And only us from Barfoot's. And the reason why, they get 20% of any commission made on that transaction. So it's a good chunk. So at the end of the day, it works. Part of that network also, Tommy's in Wellington. Tommy's is the biggest real estate company in Wellington, big market share there. And then Property Brokers, that's the other big player.
They're scattered all around.
Scattered all. They've got 96 offices now throughout New Zealand. So we're working closely with all these other operators who aren't a franchise. They're locally owned and operated, but we all work together to make sure that our vendors get the best buyer from out of town.
Yep. Works really, really well.
That's awesome.
Did you mention One Roof?
No, you did though.
So One Roof, that's an up-and-coming one. We get the odd inquiry from there, so we make sure you're on there.
Nelson app.
The Nelson app.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Very cool.
They're doing property now as well. And then our own website.
Yep.
Well, there's the Summit website.
Yes.
And then there's our own website, which is quite cool. It's where you find this pod. You can go on there. So in any Trade Me listing, we'll put the link in there to our listings.
To Team Delany's website.
So that they can get the property file. So they go to our website, and if they want the property information, they have to give us their information, phone number, email, names.
Yep.
We get an email that they've downloaded the information, and we give them a call.
Yep.
So we can sell the property. Because Trade Me in that, unless they inquire, you don't know who's looking at it.
Yeah. So anyone that comes to our site and wants the information on the property has to give us their information. Once they've got that, we're away. We contact them. It works fantastically.
Yep.
Yeah. We get more communication from buyers through that than anywhere else.
Yep. So moving on from websites. So that's seven websites.
7 websites.
Which is awesome.
You've got Summer Weekly, you've got 7 websites, and then obviously part of that, before we can do any of that, we've got to get some photos taken.
Yes. Photography.
Yeah.
We use a man called David Chadwick.
Yep.
Very good at what he does. He does the House of the Year
He does.
award photos for the Nelson Tasman area. He's very good at what he does.
Yep.
We don't direct him. We're good at selling houses, and he's good at taking photos of houses.
That's his job.
That's his job.
Part of that, we do drones,
If you want a drone.
videos.
Yep.
What else? 3D floor plans.
Yep.
Or 3D walkthroughs and 2D floor plans.
Yep.
You can basically get the whole package.
Anything you want, he can do it.
Yep.
Just quickly talking about the videos. So that's something that obviously I am involved with more than you. You'll get into some soon, surely.
Yeah, I guess people can see my mug now on this. So,
You'll be fine. But anyway, what we do is pretty cost effective. We do like a 10 to 15 second introduction, selling features of the property, moving image, and then it moves into a slideshow of the photos.
Yep.
Pretty cost effective. All it does is allow us to post something on social media sites, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. We boost it in an ad, $50 to $100. And what we find is we actually get more views on those videos than Trade Me does on the property.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So why wouldn't you do that?
And it's minimal cost. Was it 110 bucks?
$110
to do an introduction video with a slideshow. It goes over all social media. So you basically covered everything. There's that full market exposure.
Full market exposure.
Print media, 40,000 houses. Online, 7 websites. Social media, every social media site you can think of. We're on it.
Signboard out the front.
Yeah.
For people driving past, you can put photos on that if you can't see the house from the road. Then you've got your window cards as well. The old-fashioned go up to the window and have a look at the property.
Go browse.
But the good thing about our company is that we've got 6 offices
Across Nelson Marlborough.
Yep. So your house is going to be displayed all over the region, and those people walking past for those passive buyers. So that's something that a lot of companies can't offer because they no longer have an office.
Yeah.
You're everywhere.
Yeah. So that's marketing with Team Delany and Summit. You just can't beat it. All right. So if you're going to sell your biggest asset, give us a call. We'll get the job done.